So, my name is Heather. I just want to start this video off by saying that I'm not the most savvy when it comes to technology, so this is the first time I've played with making a video or doing anything that involves pretty much my computer. I've spent a lot of time outside of the class trying to figure out how to work Canvas and how to do the Screencast-o-matic and make videos using my own computer. So this is probably going to be a pretty basic, nothing flashy type video. So I apologize if it's boring. Given a little bit more time, I'm sure I can figure it out, make it a little more interesting. So I want to start off by saying that I started this week off doing the 3 questions and the NEAT resource and nature of science and the syllabus quiz, just trying to get accustomed to using the computer. I've used it pretty much for just Word and spreadsheet for lab reports and so on. So this is a new experience for me. So the first thing I posted on here was a video of static electricity. It's basically an experiment you can do at home. It's similar to the tape experiment we did in class. It's just to show that that opposite charges can attract and positive charges repel one another. And this is using like a PVC pipe, or you can use a balloon or cone or whatever, and you just rub it on your head to get some static electricity and then put it up to a stream of water to show that the water bends because it's being attracted to it. I tried it at home. I couldn't figure out how to upload the video, so that's something I need to figure out how to do to see if it worked for me, and it didn't. I don't think I have enough hair for it to really charge anything, but that's definitely something fun that people can try at home. If you want to play around with something, if you're hands-on like I am. The next thing that I did was the nature of science, which I found pretty interesting. A lot of what was discussed I agree with. I mean, there were a few things that obviously I didn't, or that, I wasn't sure that I felt as strongly about. I felt that kind of laws were related to theories. I mean, to me, they're kind of a conclusion of theories, what all the data and stuff was, the results compiled into. I don't know if everyone feels that way, but that's just the way I feel. The next thing was the 3 questions, which I know a lot of people have responded to, and I feel like everybody pretty much put the same thing or felt the same way when it came to reality and whether physics really existed or not. I think it may have been a little thought-provoking for some, but I found it very interesting. I have a hard time using the computer to take notes or being online. Well, one, because I don't have internet, so I always print out my notes here. I like to highlight anything that I need clarification on or write definitions off on the side. So I did a lot of that this week just so I can get an understanding of the topics we did. I took pictures, and I noticed some people did as well, of what we did in class. This right here is the series setup we did with the 2 round light bulbs. I noticed that, and I think we discussed in class, is that they dimmed when they were connected, and that's just because in a series the bulbs are separated, whereas when we did the parallel setup, that one was significantly brighter than the other, and that was just because of resistance. And I know we discussed that the bigger bulb had more resistance than the little bulb, and that was, obviously it didn't take the full current away from it. Like we said, if you dim the lights, you could see it, but I found that very interesting and easy to grasp. Here's the picture of the parallel light bulbs, or in the the parallel arrangement, and you can see that they're both lit and they're both about the same brightness, which we discussed as well, how the volts are both the same going through both of them, and that was also fun to play with. Okay, here's the one with the, I think it's the conducer, is what we talked about, or capacitor, sorry, conducer. The capacitor, and that one's a little harder for me to grasp. I don't know if it is for everyone else. I did some research on it, and the kind of basic gist I got from it is that it's kind of like a dam when you've got a flow of current. It kind of blocks excess current from going through, and that you just, it prevents like overload, certain things is what I got from it, and I'm still checking on her notes and researching things, so to get a better understanding of it. I found something that I think could potentially be fun for those of you who are hands-on like myself. So this is what I'm going to kind of end my video with. Again, sorry, it's kind of boring, but it's called Littlebits. It's a website for people who like to be hands-on and experiment with things, and it gives you kind of ideas on things to experiment with, projects, things to build at home if that's something that you want to do, which I like. And since we're going to be doing our major project, which is the coil gun, I thought this would be fun because it involves a lot of electrical components. So depending on what we're talking about throughout the semester, I mean, these are things that you can kind of watch and get ideas on to help build things depending on what our projects are going to cover. So it's called Littlebits, and yeah, it's just something to have a little bit of fun with. I think overall for this week, I've probably spent, I want to say, at least 5 hours doing all the work that we've done, just, reading all the material and taking notes, figuring out how to work the computers and posting all my stuff. So, pretty much concludes it, and hope you guys had an easier time with this than I did. So, night.